good evening and welcome to another vlog where I'm going to be going over the quarterfinals in Beijing that play tomorrow. The 7 a.m. starts are Neil Robertson and Craigie and McManus and Bressel, and the half 12 starts are Scott Donaldson and Wollaston and Bingham against Lasowski. Going over today's games, not brilliant really. Obviously Bingham came through, he's sort of in running outright, so that was good news. He beat Brodlawler comfortably 6-1 and playing very, very well. Onto the bad ones, obviously Luning tipped up last night. He lost 6-0 to Neil Robertson. Robertson was in absolute unbelievable form this morning. So that was that probably wasn't really a shock, but I just fancied Luning to give him a game, considering how well he's been playing recently. It wasn't to be. I tipped up Leihang to beat Lasowski, and he led 4-2 and then lost the next 4 frames to lose 6-4, and it's been happening a few times this week. I also tipped up Bond on here, and he lost from 3-1 up 6-3 to Anthony McGill, and also I tipped Gary Wilson to beat Lion Wembo, who's 3-0 up and lost 6-3. So it seems to be happening to me quite a lot recently. It's 3 times now, but hopefully better tomorrow. I mean, I've got a few bets for both sessions tomorrow for the quarterfinals, and looking at them, obviously I've still got one quarter fancy left in it. Ben Wollaston, he came through 6-4 with Houchen today. Obviously I tipped him at 22s before the tournament started, so he's in a good position. Vafai got thumped by Luca Bressel. Didn't really see that coming, because it's very rare to see Vafai getting beaten so convincingly. He's a real fighter, and Bressel just took him apart. So go on to tomorrow's games. The first one up is Craigie and Robertson. I'm going to mention about. This looks a good game to me. Craigie is a player I've groaned on about for pretty much all season. I saw him obviously at Q School after he dropped off the tour last season, and he's an incredible talent. I'm probably one of his biggest fans. I tweet him quite a lot. He's a fantastic break builder, and this week's results and form has been coming, to be honest with you. Obviously, if you disregard his Gibraltar debacle, he's been in really good form this season, and obviously he's had some terrific wins over Ryan Day and Ali Carter, and then even today against Lion Wembo. He's just he's a player that if he wins, he wins minus 1.5 nearly every single match. And it obviously happened again today against a player that suited him down to the ground in Wembo. And I think tomorrow, Neil Robertson, the way he plays, he's very attacking. I think the way that Craig will come out, it'll suit both players the way they both play. And I don't envisage Neil Robertson have an easy game today like he had tomorrow that he had today against Luning. I can't see Craigie not winning at least 2 or maybe 3 frames tomorrow. Obviously the only time he's been beaten really comfortably this season was Mark Selby. He's won a frame in every single match this season, and he's a type of player that won't be intimidated by Neil Robertson. This is his first ever quarter-final. That might be a negative against him, but for me, I feel that it'll go over 8.5 frames tomorrow, and I think Robertson looks good for around about a 6-3, 6-4 win for me. I think eventually he'll just have too much for Sam. Obviously experience will come in, but not only that, the way that Robertson's playing, he's been sensational this week and this season, and he's on a mission to win this tournament, obviously to get into the right half at the Crucible. So I think Craig can, if Craig can start well, he'll certainly be giving Neil a game, and Robertson's got such a great first frame percentage this season. He's over 70% win rate, so it's very important that Craigie starts well. He doesn't want to be lacking behind, but he was behind against Carter. He was 3-1 down there and came back to win, obviously 6-4, and that shows that Craigie has got, he's obviously got everything, but more so he has got a bit of bottle and a bit of guts, and he'll need it in abundance against Robertson, because obviously Robertson mentally is as good as anyone. But for me, 6-3, 6-4 win, I think it's about 9-2 on 6-3, 6-4 is about 11-2. So I think that's the way to go. And I'm going to do it in cross doubles on my staking plan in the Brassel-McManus game. I haven't got a massive sort of interest in the game, really. I just think that Brassel will win. I think McManus is done fantastically well to get here, but I think he'll run out of gas. Brassel fresh, and he's beaten McManus twice this season. Not that that'll be too much of importance tomorrow, but I think Bressel's in better form than McManus. I think he can score heavier. I think McManus will stick in there, but again, I think 6-3, 6-4 looks a good bet tomorrow, and that's 5-1 with Ladbrokes or William Hill, and the 6-4 scoreline's 11-2. So I'm going to do cross doubles on the 6-3, 6-4 scorelines in the 7 a.m. Matches tomorrow morning. And going on to the 12:30 games. Firstly, Stuart Bingham against Jack Rosowski. Obviously, we're on Bingham for the outright to 14-1. I can't see Bingham losing this personally. He's certainly in much better form than Lasowski. Lasowski's struggled through a few rounds so far. He could easily have come out today against Hang, who he cracked under the pressure a little bit. The angle that I really like tomorrow is over 3.5 50 plus breaks for Bingham. Excluding this tournament, because obviously World Snooker are completely down at the moment on seeing what breaks players have made, so I can't make any judgment for this tournament, even though Bingham's made at least 4 tons this season, obviously including the 147 against Peter Ebdon. But if you exclude this tournament, in the 11 wins, out of 11 wins that he's won in best of 11s, 9 times he's had over 3.5 50 breaks. And I think the pricing for Bingham over 3.5 is probably about right, around 8 to 11. Maybe it should be a little bit shorter. However, I think they should be doing plus 4.5 50 breaks for Bingham now. I think the 3.5 is too. They say he should be on sort of plus 4.5 50s. It looks a little bit lenient. So I think that's the angle I'm going to go at for that match, and I'm not going to tip odds on at the 8 to 11 price. So I'm going to throw it into a double with the other match, which is obviously of big importance to me for Ben Wollaston. Hopefully he can get through against Donaldson. But I think this game's going to be very, very close. I think the 3-1 on offer for a decider, I think that's with Ladbrokes on William Hill, looks a good bet to me. Wollaston's actually only been in 1 decider this season. He was in 7 last season, and Donaldson has actually been in 15 deciders this season, quite incredibly. So he's a big merchant for over on the frames, and that's the way I'm going to go for the double with the Bingham 50 plus breaks bet. I do like the overs in this match. It's over 9.5 frames. It's 11 to 10 with Betfair or Paddy Power. And in 41 matches this season, Donaldson has gone over on the total frames on 28 occasions. So it goes to 68%. So that's a massive total for Donaldson. and 2 of his 3 wins this week so far have also gone over 9.5 frames. He doesn't seem to win easily, and Wollaston's similar sort of, obviously today he beat Houchen 6-4, so I do feel that this game's going to go, could even go the distance, but as a sort of like a saver off it, I think over 9.5 frames at 11 to 10 looks a really decent bet. So I'm going to double that 11 over 9.5 frames, 11 to 10 double with Bingham over 3.5 50 breaks, and that pays, the double actually pays 13 to 5 with Betfair or Paddy Power. So that's the play tomorrow. I'll add it onto my Twitter, so you can actually see the bet. So it might be a little bit more easier to see than me talking to you about it. So good luck tomorrow, and let's hope for some winners. Thanks very much for listening and watching. Bye bye.